Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns, and guys, it's time to see what I got. And I advise that you grab a drink because it's a doozy. My birthday is October 4th.
Happy birthday!
So I'm including my birthday gifts in this haul. So it's going to be a big one. So grab a drink or something because we might be here a hot minute. I got 12 books, 2 sets of pencils, and a few other things. Let's go. First off, I got this pencil case, and it's just little cats. But I put my Brutfuner squares that I got. So they come in this case with the little, you know, just the plastic trays. They're not that great at plastic trays, but I don't really care because I never keep my stuff in it. But for those that do care, it is a hinged tin, so I do like that. And it's just a simple black one. But I always put mine in color family order, and then I number them and put them in the case. And this is what works best for me. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull it out of the plastic so it's not all shiny for you. This is the swatch, and I put them in on my normal swatch format with my numbering system and my color family order. So that's what I did for these. Now, there is some discrepancies. So if you bought Brutfuner squares a while ago, and I don't know how long because I just got mine, but I know that they used to only be written in, the words were written in Chinese. And then I think Pamela's Pencil, someone in her group, translated the words and gave the pencils names. Well, now Brutfuner has come out with their own names. So I use the names that are on my pencils for my swatches, but then I also have a swatch chart that just has the numbers and no names. That way, if your pencils are called something different, they'll still have the same number. The number will be correct, but then you can either pencil in the name yourself or just use the number sheet if you want a swatch chart like mine. Now, these are free. They're on my Ko-fi shop. So I just wanted to give you an idea of the colors. I bought the 120. I am not a big fan of 500 pencils or 300 pencils. I just think that there's a lot of colors that are duplicates. And when I get that many choices, I get analysis paralysis. I just sit there and then I start freaking out. Should I use this color or this color? And as you can see, there's 3 colors here that are very similar. Well, when you buy the 300 sets, I'm sure it's like that as well. But that's what works for me. I know a lot of you love the 300 and 500 sets. It would take me forever just to swatch them all, and I just can't work without a swatch. And I like my system with swatching because I can put them in these little page protectors, and then they go in my 3-ring binder. And then I have everything available right there. But I can take them out while I'm coloring and have them. So anyway, so I'm excited about the Brutfuner squares. I've heard a lot of really good things about them. They swatched nice, but I haven't really done much in the way of coloring. So that brings up our next pencil set. My goal is to get these pencil sets so that when people ask me things like what pencils are like color, I can give recommendations, or I can compare pencils. You know, if someone asks me about a pencil set I'm using, I have options to compare them to. So once again, I chose not to get the big set of these. I got the 120 set, and that is these. Now in this swatch, I just swatched them out in the order that they came in the case, because in this set you get 120 pencils. They came already put together in this nice case. It comes with some graphite pencils, an eraser, a colorless blender, and some charcoal sticks, which I thought was really nice. It also came with a small pencil sharpener that is encased, watch chart, which I never use, but it is nice, and it is on cardboard, which is pretty nice, and it has their, they call them the light fast ratings. Personally, I don't feel anybody, if you're using pencils to sell art, I would not recommend Color. I just feel like you need a better pencil than that. One that's been thoroughly tested for light fastness. But anyway, it's got this little tutorial on color theory and pencil strokes, making gradients, and step-by-step how to color this particular butterfly. It's got a sketchbook, which is A5 paper, so 8 1/3 by 5 3/4, and it's 68 pound. And then this little coloring book, and I haven't opened it, but I'm sure it's got just some random things to color in it. 30 sheets. So that is kind of nice, and this was really reasonable. Okay, so it advertises as 132 pencils because it is, you know, it's counting all of these pencils as well, I guess. But it's really 120, and then, you know, the various accoutrements. But this whole thing, including the case, was only $28. So I think that's really nice, because that first case that I showed you, I pay $20 to $25 depending on whatever special they're running at the time. So I kind of like that this came in a case. And it looks a lot like the Avazar London case. Very, very similar material. It's a nice material. So I was very happy with this. And once again, I swatched them out. They seem nice. So I haven't really done any coloring with them beyond that. Okay, so next up is just a couple of things. One, I wanted to have an extra full blender. They're called a Full Blender Bright by Caran d'Ache. Absolutely love these. I used a lot of this in the Matchstick Mouse Pumpkin Party book when I completed the entire book, because every page I did use the full blender set, or the full blender. The second thing that I bought was these Ohuhu colorless blender markers, because when I did my Neocolor 2 color along, where I show you how to use colorless blender or alcohol to activate the Neocolor 2 so that you can use them in your Amazon paper books, I use these empty colorless blender markers, and I was able to buy them empty, and there was like a 6-pack for $6 or $8. They were really cheap, and they have recently been out of stock, and so I know a lot of people have been wanting an alternative. So I found these Ohuhu, and it was a 6-pack of these, and they're basically the exact same thing, only they do come with colorless blender. So what I would use, I would just use the colorless blender to activate it, and then when it runs out, you can either buy the Copic refill colorless blender, or the, I don't know if Ohuhu sells like the jar of refill, but you could also just rinse them out and then use alcohol in them, and they would work just fine. But this was a pretty reasonable set. These I think were under $10, and you get 6. and it's a nice size marker, so I felt like this would be a good alternative. And I'll keep an eye on those other markers and see if we can get them in stock. Now, the other thing that I purchased was these Uniball Signo, and this is the gold, the silver, and the white, and they came in a kit. And I really like all three of these. The Signo ball, when it works, when the white works, is amazing. It tends to clog up a little bit with the wax from your pencil. Look at these. They're just really nice. You can really, the silver especially seems to really shimmer. But the gold does too. It just doesn't pop off the page quite like the silver does. But these are really smooth writing pens, so I did get that kit. Okay, so now I think we're ready for the coloring books. And some of these coloring books were birthday gifts. I did get some Happy Mail. I got one from someone that didn't say who they were. So I don't know if it's a birthday thing, just a because thing, way to support the channel. Not sure. But I'll start with the Christmas Gnomes. There's a full flip through on the channel if you're interested. Really stinking cute. Like, love the gnomes. And I will be working on this in December for sure. But it's a little early now. We're into fall, and so I'll set this aside. But I did get that this month. Now for all of the fall, you can't beat Teresa Goodrich. Like, she does amazing fall scenes, pumpkins. I've got a couple marked that I'm thinking of doing. And just, this is my favorite of the autumn series. She has autumn scenes and maybe another one, but I really like this autumn charm. This is not a new book. It has been around forever. It's just new to me, and I love that they're very reasonable. They're $6-7, so that's awesome. This was one of the ones that was given to me as a Happy Meal. So this is Monster Cuties Volume 1, and they're kind of grayscale, but look at how adorable these are. They're like a combination of kind of gross and kind of cute. But I really like these, and I think that these will be fun for those days when you just want something easy to color. So thank you so much to whoever. Now, on my wish list was this one. I saw some pictures colored in this book by Coloring with Alena, and the neighbor across the street, it's their boy's birthday party. So unfortunately, there may be a little Ellie sassiness going on. So I apologize in advance. But this book, some of it is kind of weird, like this with the eyeballs. But some of these images, I think I would really enjoy coloring because of, you know, the background, or I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this one, but I had it in my wish list because I saw some really cool pictures that she did that they turned out really well, and my mom gave it to me for my birthday. So the jury is still out, so don't blame my mom because it was on my wish list. But I'm not crazy about it. but I know a lot of you guys are really into the horror thing. It's just not as much my cup of tea. I tend to like the cute. So next, this was Rita Burman's summer book. So you know she has one of these for every season, and I had the other ones, and I bought them when Book Depository went out of business, but they were sold out of this one. And so my mom gave me this for my birthday. So I'm super excited about this because I love me some Rita Burman. And so we'll definitely be doing some color alongs in this book as well. So next up, I wanted to get these books for quite a while. So if you've ever heard of these, it's the Disney Legrand's Classics, and I think they're French, but there's a whole set of these. There's Pixar, there's princesses, there's villains, there's all kinds of different ones. I just got the best of because I don't know if I'll like them or not. So when Ellie's not barking and chatting you ladies up, there she is asking you to play with her toy. But anyway, this is just your standard color by number surprise or mystery picture. So you don't really know what this is, and they have a little color code down here, and you just pick out your set to use for this. And then in the back there are the answers if you need to cheat or if you want to plan ahead or whatever. But I kind of thought that this would be fun because there are times when I just don't want to have to tax my brain to figure out color palettes or shading or anything like that. This is just a simple color. So I'm excited about diving into this. Let me know in the comments if these kind of things, like, would you enjoy a video coloring in this book? We could maybe, I don't know, chat or do a live, or I don't know. Like, I don't know. I see a lot of this stuff, so I don't know if that's something that y'all are really interested in or not. Or you're interested but not necessarily want to watch it on a YouTube video. And I'm okay with that. So this one, I ran across, where did I run across this that I saw it? Maybe on somebody's channel. Might have been on a coloring haul. I should write these things down because my memory just isn't what it used to be. But this, it's all in French, and it's called Funny Tales. So it takes like here's Snow White, right? But it's depicted in his style of coloring, you know, it's grayscale, but then, you know, here's the three little pigs, right? And they've got the big bad wolf in jail, and they're co-kicking it. They have tattoos. I just think it's fun. This, I just think is fun. They're sassy. Look at here. Here's Goldilocks and the three bears. And this bear's all mad. He brought his bat because he's going to get her out of his chair. And, you know, the look on her face, I just think these images are just fun. And I like the Hansel and Gretel, and they've got guns. So, yeah, I mean, the mermaid's got tattoos. We got, I don't know. I just enjoy this, and I think this is going to be a really fun one. I don't mind grayscale. And I plan on doing a color along on the channel using some grayscale because I see a lot of people asking questions, not necessarily on my channel, but in Facebook groups, not understanding how to color grayscale. Like, what do they do, and what do they do with these dark areas, you know, and whatnot. So this is Teo Art, and like I said, everything is in French, so I won't be translating that by any means, but I will be doing some color alongs in this because I think it's a really cool book, and I like supporting small, and I don't know, he might not even be a small artist, he might be a big artist. So I don't mean anything detrimental, but I'm just saying local. By small, I mean not Amazon. So this was the other book that I got in the Happy Mail, and it's Morgana Sky, Sweet Autumn Coloring Book. And I don't know anything about this artist either. These are just cute images. I love the little squirrel with his umbrella leaf and the little ducks with their scarves. So I think it's a really cute book. All of the images are in small and then again in the big. So that's kind of fun. So thank you, thank you. I really appreciate the support of the channel. I appreciate you thinking of me, and I love it. And I will be doing color alongs in them for you guys. Okay, next up, you can tell nothing's in order. They were just in a pile. Hannah Carlson's new book. There is a full flip through, so I won't be doing any flip through on this, but there's a full flip through on the channel for this book. It's very typical Hannah Carlson, and personally I like it. It's the same size as the Tales from the Witch and Tales from the Forest Kingdom. So if you like that size, that's what these are. My only critique was that the pages, especially like on a 2-page spread, they go way into the cracks. But these books generally, because they're sewn, you can break the binding and get them to open up pretty well. Okay, so guys, this is possibly my favorite of all the books. It's hard to tell because I love all my books for different reasons, but this one's called The Draglings, and it's by Randall Spangler. This popped up on, I believe, my Facebook feed, and I went to his channel and he said that he had this new coloring book because he does a lot of art for sale, and I think he actually has a couple of like kids picture books, but this is his only coloring book. But it's not the best paper, it's the Amazon paper, but these images are just, they are just I cannot wait. I just think, like, look at this guy. Like, look at this page. It is just too stinking cute. Too stinking cute. So my mom bought me this book. It was on my wish list. And she even bought herself a book. So we're going to be doing a color along. We're going to do a buddy color. And so I just think it's fun. Sorry. Had to go rein her in. Anyway, I just think this book's adorable. And you know, I love the Benny Blue and the Matchstick Mouse and all the cute things, the Japanese cute things. So I'm very excited about that book. So totally changing genres. This book is The Epic World of Tolken. Once again, a little out of my norm, but it has some, so it has pictures like this that don't appeal to me really at all. But then it has some other pictures like this one that do appeal to me. I like pictures that are coloring pages that have the big image, like focal point images. So there are things in here that I'm like, oh, I would really, could see myself coloring that and enjoying that. But then there's others that I'm like, not so much. So I like that there's a name at the bottom of these pages. So some of these are kind of like Kirby's. But I do like the focal images. Would I ever finish a book like this? No. Will I color some of these images? Yeah, I think I will. But let me tell you, you get 100 and almost 200 pages, 191 pages in this. So if you're into sci-fi and into the different things, I like to color like these orcs and wizards and things like that, because they give you a lot of room to, like some of these images. I could see myself coloring these because you can color them whatever color you want, right? And I would just attack this like I would a Kirby book. But I don't know. It's a little out of my comfort zone. And I always try and challenge myself a little bit to not just always do the same thing. Because I think when we try new styles, we might not, I'm not going to convert and suddenly this is all I want to do. But I will say that it pushes you to learn something new, and then you can apply it to your other books. So that leaves us with this book. I did a full flip through on the channel, and once again, very similar type of situation. Really outside of my comfort zone, but some of these images are just really cool, and the paper is really thick. You could use it's all one-sided. You could use any medium you wanted on this. It's spiral bound. Nicholas Chen, I'm not even going to say it, but I think this is a really cool book, and I do look forward to working in this one much more than the Tolken one. But I was very pleasantly surprised by both the quality of the paper, the images. I just think, like, look at this image. It's beautiful. Like, you could do a lot with something like this. And really, Ragda and Barong and Rangda, maybe. Kirby does a page. And so I think it'll be fun to do something in this one as well. So a lot of mythology and a lot of, Medusa and recognizable stuff. But if you're interested, there is a flip through. So I think I actually had one more coloring book, and I'm wondering if you guys have ever done this. I can't find it. Can't find it anywhere. It was the light bulb thief, which I was excited to get and was looking forward to working in. And I, for the life of me, don't know what I did with it. I don't know if I took it and put it in a bag, like maybe to look at, like, while I waited for my mom or something. I don't know. I have looked everywhere, so it'll turn up. So you'll probably see that one in next month. But anyway, I feel extremely blessed. As of the day of filming this, I still need 9 more subscribers to hit 1,000. But you all, 1,000 people, are you kidding me, have said, yeah, I'll watch your video. That blows my mind. And I'm very grateful. I had a fantastic birthday and I really enjoyed spending it with y'all. So until the next one, take care.